need to be based on is it a kid's shirt, is an adult shirt, and set your size. A good size parameter is about 11 inches wide, 11 to 12 inches wide by 13 inches deep. So today we're just going to start off with an 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to say print, and I'm going to choose 8.5 by 11. I'm going to change this to inches. I'm going to set it to be 11 inches wide. I'm going to do width-wise. And then we're going to do 2 artboards because we're going to have 2 areas, front and the back, or a sleeve in the back, or a heart print in the back, or whatever. Sometimes you can get away with having 1 artboard. You can put like your heart print in the bottom corner. But today, for what we're doing, we're just going to go ahead and have 2 artboards. So I'm going to say 2, like that. And everything else looks good. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. There's our 2 artboards that we're going to working on, front and back. Okay? Now from here, the very first thing you want to do, and I want to make sure that all of you are paying attention, because if you don't, you're going to mess it up. Okay? Mr. Castillo, would you please pull that door over there so it's a little quieter? Thank you. So, we talked about colors last week. What is the type of colors that we are going to be using? What colors are we going to be working with? Spot colors. What is a spot color?
Red, green, black. It's just like a color that's not mixed.
Exactly. It's a color that's not mixed. So what's the opposite of a spot color? What do we call it?
Process.
Process. Absolutely. A process color. Process color is the making colors out of other colors. So when you mix a certain set of colors to generate the millions of other colors, that's called a process. The printers that we have here are CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black. They take those 4 dots, they mix them together and make all the colors. Well, you can do silkscreen process that way, but it's very difficult to get it to register correctly. We are just going to be doing flat spot color, okay? And because of that, what we need to do is we need to make sure, that's what we're doing right now, is we're setting up the artboard so everything will be perfect. So if I come over here to my swatches and I click on the swatches, I see all of these colors that are defaulted inside of Illustrator. If you look, when I go over these colors, what do you see? What pops out in the little gray there? CMYK. That's the mix. So that tells you these are all CMYK colors. So I don't want you to use any of them. So we're going to get rid of all of them. Here's how you do it. I'm going to click on this very first one, the white one. I click on it. And then I'm going to go all the way down to the very last color, this purple over here. I'm going to hold my shift key down and click, and it selects all of the colors. See how it highlighted all of them? Now I'm going to come right down here to this trash can right here, and I'm going to click on it. And when I click on it, it asks me, are you sure that you want to delete these swatches? And I say yes. So now I have a clean swatch board over here. There's no colors up there. So now we're going to load it with spot colors. Okay? So hopefully all of you have your pencil and your sketchbook there. You can write down these in case you don't remember them too well. So in the swatches, we're going to generate the swatches that we want to use. So let's say we're going to use a green, a yellow, a blue, a red, and a purple. Say those are the colors we're going to use. Okay. So we want to choose specific ones. So I'm going to come to this drop-down menu right here. And I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say Open Swatch Library. So we click on the down drop menu, and we click on, go down to Open Swatch Library. From there, we're going to go to Color Books. Color Books. And then from there, there's lots of different color books in here. These are all color systems. ANAP, ANPA, DIC colors, HQS. Those are all, we're going to work with Pantones. And we're not going to use the CMYKs. We're going to come all the way down to right there. That's what I want you to select. Pantone Solid Coated. Make sure you write that down. Pantone Solid Coated. It's like the fourth down from the bottom. So when I open that, I say go. It opens up the swatch, the palette for all of these colors. There's literally thousands of them. And then under this drop-down menu, you can change. Like if I view by small thumbnail, look at all those colors. There's literally thousands of colors here. Thousands, okay? Now, one thing you'll notice, let me change it. Let's go to large thumbnail view. So what do you notice in the corner of all of these colors? Yeah, it's got a little, do you see that little spot right there in the corner of this red? What do you think that spot on this color means? It's a spot color. Yes, you picked up on my subtle hint. Yes, they're spot colors. They're all spot colors. These are the colors I want you to use. All right? So, I personally, what'd you say? Yes, I personally like to look at them in the large list view because then it gives me the name of them as well. And all of these colors have a different name, a different number assigned to them. And after a while, like me, when you work with them for years, you start memorizing certain colors and at least color ranges. Like the greens are in the 300s, the blues are in the 200s, the reds are in the 100s, but are the upper 100s. Okay, but there's also other colors as well. So let's go with, we said a green. So let's go with Western Hills green. That's 357. There's 357 green. So now I'm going to click on it, and it adds it. If you notice, I have my swatch palette open. It adds it as a swatch. Over here in the Pantone, we're going to go get a yellow. Let's go with the Western Hills yellow, 123. Click on it, and it adds it. What other color did we say? Red? I like, you want a fire engine red or you want like a blood red? Blood red, let's go. Well, let's do them both. So a 200 is what I call a blood red, and about a 185 is a fire engine red. And if you look, you see how different they are? Yeah. What's the difference in these two reds? One's way a little bit darker. Yeah, what color? What is it pushing to? Do you see the color that adds into it? So I'm trying to get you guys to understand how colors work. So the red on the right, 185, has more yellow in it. So it's more of an now on your screen it looks totally different than it does on my screen. But it's more of an orangey red. Fire engine orangey red. The one on the left, which is 200, has more blue in it. So it's a blue red, more of a richer, deeper brick red, if you will. Okay? Yeah, it's good to bear those things in mind. So we have got yellow, we got red, we got green, blue. How about 285? 285 blue is a good blue, kind of a deep sky blue. And then let's do purple. 2597 is probably one of my favorites. Okay? And there's our purple that we have up there. Okay? Now what am I missing? What's one color I might want that's missing? Black. So we want to use a spot black as well. So, fortunately, PMS has a black. So we can just type black. And you get all of these black. I would suggest you just go with the straight up Pantone Black C right there. Okay, just add it. So, and then I like to tuck this right over here onto my toolbar. So in case I need it again, I always have it right there. Okay, so I'm going to come back up to my swatches. And I like to arrange them differently. I like to have my black first. So we got black, green, red, blue. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you notice this one here that looks like a target? Anybody know what that is? That's a registration mark. Registration marks are marks that you put on your page, and they show up on every single color page, so that when you print them, you use them to line up your plates, so everything is lined up, not all messed up. So what color do you think registration is? It appears as a black, but it shows up on every plate, so it's all colors. It's all of them, okay? But we're just going to use these right here. All right, so let me see if I still got that loaded. No, I don't have it preloaded. Oh, well. So now let's come over here and let's make a shirt real quick. All right, so come up here, and I'm going to say Hills Wrestling. I'm going to get it all. I'm going to pump it up, make it big. Now I'm going to center it. Change that font because I hate it. Let's do Fat Frank. Yeah, it's a font called Fat Frank. It's one of my favorites. There we go. So there's Hills Wrestling. Okay. Now, let's make some boxes of color. So we'll put one here. We'll put one here. We'll put one here. And here. And let's put one right there. Okay. Now, we're going to give these all a color because right now, they really don't have a color. They're all black. So, let's make this one blue. This is called drag and drop. I can come over here and click on this blue and just drag it and drop it on that square. Boink, and make that blue. Let's make this one green. Let's make this one red. Let's make this one yellow. And let's make this one purple. And I'm going to make my font, well, yeah, we'll make my font black. So now I'm going to bring it to the front. And there we go. We got that. Now, when we print this, it's going to print a separate plate for every single color here. So let's pretend like we're printing. I'll do a Command P. And if I come to output, if I come right over here, see how this says composite? We don't want a composite. We want separations. So I'm going to say separation. All right. And then you'll notice these little marks, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, these are process colors. Notice how they're all turned off? They don't have a little printer on them. That's because there's nothing there that's using a process ink. Then all these other inks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's going to print those. That's what we want to see. Okay? Now, I don't think I used, I didn't use 185 red. So I can turn Well, I don't have it turned on because it's not using it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. We got all 6 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we're good. So we have everything set the way we need it. And then I'm going to print it out. I don't know if it'll let me print this way. Oh, let's try. Not a postscript. Let's see if it'll let me. No, it won't let me make it a. That's okay. So when I print this out, let's do that. We got separations. Let's do marks and bleeds. I'm going to say all printer marks. I'm going to tell it to fit the page. Normally you wouldn't have to do that, but because of that, because of the 8.5 by 11, we need to tell it to fit the page. So we're going to say fit the page. You can see the registration marks and the printer marks where they're going to be. To the black and white printer, yes, and go. So now I just sent it to print. So now when we pull that off, we'll take a look at it. So this is the way you're going to set up your document. Delete all your colors. Go pick the colors that you want and make sure that they are spot colors. So when you produce your separations, everything will be perfect.